I don't know how many of you out there agree with me, but I really hope that Pokemon Legends Arceus is the future of Pokemon. It has been an incredibly long time since I've had this much fun playing a Pokemon game. And before I was the strong Raichu that you hear today, I was just a little Pikachu playing kids games on the playground. I got my hands on Pokemon Blue and it blew my mind. But as the years passed, each iteration just felt more and more stale, and Pokemon needed to do something new. Pokemon Legends Arceus has changed this for me. Seriously, I used to think there were good Pokemon games, but turns out there never was. Pokemon Legends Arceus is the very first good Pokemon game ever. I'm totally kidding. There are still Pokemon games that I love, but Legends is just this fresh take Pokemon has needed for a long time. The world that Pokemon built has reimagined the mechanics and created the most satisfying gameplay loop that they've ever had. But this is also where my doubts play in, because are the mechanics of Pokemon Legends too tied to the world in order to work with future Pokemon games? My favorite parts about the game are the world, the value and meaning it brings to working on the Pokedex, and the reimagined Safari Zone gameplay and exploration. The ancient world of Sinnoh feels ideal for the features I'm enjoying the most, so I want to dig into that and talk about why these things work, and imagine how Pokemon can implement these ideas in a different or modern setting. So let's start with the world. I've always felt like the world of Pokemon was just a world that happened to have Pokemon. This is the first game where I feel like they've imagined what the world would be like if it had Pokemon. That may sound confusing, but I think the opening moments of Detective Pikachu are a good example. I remember watching that movie and being so amazed at how the world seemed to be built around the inclusion of Pokemon. I am getting that same feeling from Legends Arceus. This world feels like it has taken into account the existence of Pokemon. There's a real sense of danger as people settle into this new and hostile land. Their lack of understanding and knowledge of Pokemon captures the fear and anxiety the residents of Jubilife feel. I think this allows them to play with the balance of power a lot more. In previous games, I really questioned the agency that Pokemon had in the world. It seemed like they'd been domesticized and dominated by the human population. It's really nice to see that they present a respected force in Hisui. Pokemon aren't easily defeated, captured, or controlled. And the beauty behind that is that it has done something really special to the relationship between people and Pokemon. This is the first game where I feel like Pokemon are partners. I know a lot of people love Gen 5 Black and White because it puts into question the relationship between people and Pokemon, but I was never quite convinced by the argument made in those games. What does Legends Arceus do differently to let me feel like I have a partnership with my Pokemon? Well, we can see the Pokemon that react to our presence. Some of them run away, some of them attack, and some of them are just terrifying and can destroy you in one hit. Physically seeing the Pokemon in the world gives you a clear distinction between friend and foe, so when I throw out my Pokemon to protect me, I feel like my partner is out there keeping me alive. I feel like we are truly working together to navigate this cruel world. This touches on community building and the cross-species survival required to progress. As you learn more about Pokemon and befriend more of them, you start to see Jubilife grow and show a world where people and Pokemon coexist. You learn more about Pokemon, they learn more about you, and together you build a town. The importance of researching Pokemon and eliminating the stigma associated with Pokemon is a crucial task for survival, so this gets me to the next part of the game that I adore. Legends Arceus brings meaning to the Pokedex. Before this game, the concept of studying the Pokedex always felt a bit like an afterthought. You're telling me that these professors who've been studying Pokemon their entire lives need a 10-year-old to do their homework for them? I find it pretty hard to believe that the Pokedex hasn't already been completed. I always felt like a more realistic interpretation to filling out the Pokedex would play out much like that scene in the Truman Show where Truman says he wants to be an explorer.
I'd like to be an explorer, like the Great Magellan.
Oh, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
In this world, the knowledge about Pokemon is minimal, and your job in the Survey Corps is key to increasing that knowledge. Documented research on Pokemon just doesn't exist, so you study Pokemon's habits, behaviors, and traits to gain a better understanding of the world and how to exist within it. This is the first time catching them all is not only exciting, but absolutely necessary. The research you produce goes toward the success of the Galaxy team within the region, and that's not the only way you are incentivized. The first is through your rank. As you fill out the Pokedex, your rank within the Galaxy team increases. That translates to access to better items, more recipes, and the ability to tame stronger and stronger Pokemon. The second is through curiosity. Other people in Jubilife start to take an interest in Pokemon. They send you on tasks to research or catch specific Pokemon. Those Pokemon often start to take residence within the village as well, and you get to enjoy seeing this world come together in unison with Pokemon. It makes me feel a deep need to find Pokemon and complete the research tasks in the Pokedex that I just didn't think was possible before this. And it definitely helps that the entire process of filling the Pokedex feels really good. So this gets me to the final thing I want to mention, and I think it is key to the updated Pokemon experience. This is how a Pokemon game should feel. I remember when my little Pikachu self first got to the Safari Zone in Blue version and felt amazed at facing Pokemon head on. It was just me and them, and there were so many rare Pokemon I'd never seen in that area. That feeling is back in full force with this game. It's like a Safari Zone that has reimagined all the controls to fit a 3D space and in real time. We're sneaking through grass, we're throwing bait and using decoys to get into a position to catch Pokemon. It feels action-packed and tense, because when you fail, there are repercussions. You can black out and lose a bunch of valuable items that you worked for. There are consequences to your mistakes that the Safari Zone in previous games never had, and those consequences make it feel really good when you are successful in this world. You start to move around more seamlessly. You're scrolling through your Pokemon so they can fetch items for you. You're switching from bait to spoiled apricorns if you get caught by a Pokemon. It's a simple quick click of the R or L buttons to customize your loadout and encounter a situation with the tools you feel is best. It could be a Pokemon or an item, it doesn't matter, it's whatever you decide, and all without pausing the game to reach into a menu and without the game pausing itself to wait as you make a selection. It all happens now. There is a cohesiveness to the entire system that keeps the game flowing and the gameplay engaging throughout every moment. I finally feel like the Pokemon Master I've always wanted to be. So how can future Pokemon titles capture this feeling? I want to see the next Pokemon game achieve something as cohesive as Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I do worry that the things I like about Legends are only possible thanks to the time period and the setting. Working on the Pokedex has so much meaning in this game. I don't really foresee a modern setting of Pokemon capturing the importance of the Pokedex quite like Legends does, but I do think there are opportunities to make it special. After all, people still research life all over our planet, so there is work to be done in that category. New Pokemon Snap was actually a pretty good example of this. The research done in that game was on specific phenomenon in Pokemon. I think if the games can better capture that research aspect and make it crucial to the story, the Pokedex could retain its value in the game. I just want the Pokedex to be something I care about beyond me just catching every Pokemon for my own collection. I think the biggest challenge is the Pokemon League. While Pokemon has always had the goal of collecting in mind, the other goal has always been to become the very best, like no one ever was. And honestly, that tends to take center stage. It seems like it would be difficult to get both to coexist. I think the Pokedex in Pokemon Legends is a strong gameplay mechanic because it is allowed to be the focus, but I also think the world could be much better filled out if battling were more commonplace. If you don't connect with the Pokedex missions in Legends, there really isn't much this world has to offer. The balloon popping minigames are really the only thing that breaks up the gameplay in any way whatsoever. The time period of this game really holds it back. People are afraid of Pokemon, so they don't venture out of their villages. They stick to the safety, and it doesn't allow them to offer more activities out in the wild. I think a modern take on this system would make it more interesting overall. Gyms could take shape and give you an extra activity out there. It could attract more trainers and create more encounters. Overall, I think the challenge is being able to weave the collection and competitive aspects together in a way that makes both feel important, engaging, without seeing either one outweigh the other again. I just want to see the world built up in a way that makes sense to the setting and the time. I want to feel that magic of seeing a world that was not only created with Pokemon in mind, but because Pokemon had a say in how the culture came to be. To me, that is the big strength of Pokemon Legends Arceus. The relationship between Pokemon and people provide context and meaning to the world and gameplay. I want future Pokemon games to do the same. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know how you feel about Pokemon Legends Arceus and what you'd like to see happen to the future of Pokemon. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye! This video was brought to you thanks to my producers over on Patreon. If you'd like to support me and my work, please head to patreon.com/ChuyPlays.